Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Chosen Bets. Welcome to the Saturday College Football Show, where I'm going to be giving you guys my best bets of the day. So we're going to get into these lines. You're going to get some of my live reactions, and we're going to get to the bottom of this and take Vegas down. All right. So first game on Saturday, we got Ohio State taking on Rutgers. Don't know what the hell is going to happen there, so I just got to stay away. Then we got Kansas State taking on the Texas Longhorns. Texas is minus 185 on the money line. I like that. I think they will beat Kansas State. They're a solid program. I like Texas minus 185 as pick number one. Moving on, we got Texas A&M taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Over-under on that game's 51.5. The line is minus 3. I think I'm going to stay away. I don't really see an edge there. Moving on, we got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on Clemson. Clemson at home, 3-point underdogs, plus 135 on the money line. I'm going to take Clemson plus 3 points. Be safe. They can lose by a field goal. If you want to, you can even buy it up to plus 3.5. But I'm just going to take the plus 3 and hope that we either get a push or Clemson wins. So that'll be pick number 2. We're rolling with Clemson plus 3. Moving on, UConn versus Tennessee. Nothing good in that game. Arkansas plays the Gators. And the Gators are 3-point favorites after just getting absolutely annihilated by Georgia. I don't really see an edge in that game either. We got Wisconsin taking on Indiana. I don't know enough about them either. Going to keep moving on, keep it pushing. Nebraska playing Michigan State. Michigan State, 3-point underdogs to Nebraska. Nothing there that I like. Jacksonville's taking on South Carolina. Not a lot of games I'm liking so far, but we do have those 2 picks. Then we got Arizona State taking on the Utah Utes. Utah's 10-point favorites. The line's 39.5. You know, I'm actually going to take the over on that game. So that'll be pick number 3. We're taking the over. Arizona State versus Utah, over 39.5. Then we got Georgia Tech taking on Virginia. The line, we got Virginia minus 2, only minus 125 on the money line. We're going to take the Cavaliers. We're going to take the Cavaliers minus 125 to beat Georgia Tech at home. They're only 2-6, looking for a rebound. That'll be pick number 4. We're rocking with Virginia Cavaliers money line. Then we got the Navy Midshipmen taking on the Temple Owls. Going to stay away from that. Army's taking on the Air Force. The line is 32.5. Air Force minus 17. If anything, I would say the under on that game, but I'm going to stay away. We got FAU taking on UAB. Over-under 60. Going to stay away from that. UTSA taking on the North Texas Mean Green. 8.5-point line. Not a fan. South Carolina Bulls taking on the Memphis Tigers. I've seen USF play this year, and they've been pretty solid. I think 14 points might be a little too generous. It's only 13 points. I'm going to buy 1.5 and take the Bulls plus 14.5. That'll be pick number 5 if I'm not mistaken. Then we got Louisiana Raging Cajuns taking on Arkansas State. Gonna stay away from that game. I don't know too much about either of those teams. Missouri versus Georgia. Georgia's only a 15-point favorite. I guess because Missouri is 7-1. After they just dismantled Florida, maybe they're in for a close game. The line's 55.5. Wow. And this SEC showdown, we got to have a pick for this game. We're going to roll with Missouri plus 15.5. Then we got Florida State taking on Pittsburgh. Going to stay away from that game. If I had to lean, probably take Florida State spread. Oklahoma Sooners just lost, taking on Oklahoma State. They're minus 6, but only minus 225 on the money line. I actually do see value on that after they just lost last game. So we're going to take Oklahoma Sooners money line at minus 225. I do see value there. Then we got Penn State, who is minus 8.5 against Maryland, who has Tua's little brother. The over-under is only 49.5. I like the over there. I think that game gets over 49.5. We're going to take the over in that game. Next, we got Virginia Tech versus Louisville. Louisville is 10-point favorites at home. I think that's a lot of points in this ACC showdown. We're going to actually take... Sorry, it cut out a little bit there. As I was saying, Louisville is 10-point favorites at home against Virginia Tech. I like Virginia Tech plus 10. Too many points in an ACC showdown. It's also saying Virginia Tech is 5-3 against the spread. Next, we got Tulane taking on the East Carolina Pirates. 17-point favorites for Tulane. We're just going to stay away from that. The over-under is 45.5. I actually do like the over. We're going to take over 45.5. Next, we got Illinois taking on Minnesota. My gut's saying stay away from that game, so I'm going to stay away. Iowa's taking on Northwestern. I actually do like Iowa money line at minus 195. I do see value there, so we're going to take that. We got the Baylor Bears taking on Houston. Over-unders 58.5 seems about right. Don't see a lot of value there. We got the UCF Knights taking on Cincinnati. And UCF is only minus 185 on the money line. I do see a lot of value there. We're going to take UCF. Then we got James Madison, who's 8-0, taking on the Georgia State Panthers. We're going to stay away from that game. Then we got Coastal Carolina taking on Old Dominion. With Coastal Carolina being plus 100, we're going to take Coastal Carolina money line. We are rolling out a lot of picks, but I am actually starting to like this Saturday slate. So let's dive in a little bit more. We got Auburn, who's 13-point favorites against Vanderbilt on the road. But Vanderbilt's been terrible. So has Auburn. Stay away from that game. Charlotte versus Tulsa. Tulsa's 4-point favorites. I don't see an edge there. The Warhawks taking on the Eagles next. No value there. Hawaii's taking on Nevada. And I actually do like Nevada money line at minus 170. I watched the Rainbow Warriors play once this year, and they were absolutely terrible. Moving on, we got Georgia Southern Eagles versus the Texas State Bobcats. No value there. Oregon Ducks versus California. California is 24.5-point underdogs. I actually like California plus 24. I think they do give Oregon some problems. We got the Liberty Flames taking on Louisiana Tech. 15-point favorites. Don't see anything there. Middle Tennessee versus New Mexico. I don't like anything there. Marshall versus Appalachian State. I actually do like Appalachian State to get a rebound dub. Appalachian State minus 170 on the money line against Marshall. We're locking that in. UNLV versus New Mexico. Nothing there. The Jayhawks, after getting a big win against Oklahoma, are plus 125 against the Iowa State Cyclones. I'm going to take Iowa State here. Seems like a trap. I like Iowa State at home at minus 145. We got BYU taking on West Virginia. West Virginia's 12-point favorites. I like BYU. I mean, that just seems BYU plus 12. Lock that in. Then we got Utah State taking on San Diego State. Pretty much even odds. I don't know who to pick there. Purdue versus Michigan. Nothing. Washington versus USC. USC's plus 125. I actually love USC plus 125. We're going to lock that in. We got Kentucky taking on Mississippi State. I mean, there's some... I don't like anything in that game. SMU versus Rice. Nothing there. LSU versus Bama. We're going to take Bama minus 165 on the money line. Miami versus NC State. Nothing there. Stanford versus Washington State, nothing there. Oregon State versus Colorado. Might be due for Colorado to have a good game. Yeah, we'll take Colorado plus 13. They are at home. The Buffs have been covering the spread well at home. We got UCLA taking on Arizona in the final game of the night. And I think we're going to go back to Arizona at plus 120. That'll wrap up the Saturday College Football Show. A lot of picks. I'm going to have them all listed right here. So I hope you have a great Saturday. I hope these hit. Let me know in the comments. What are you guys thinking? Subscribe. Drop a like. Let's ride. Have a great weekend. NFL show will be coming soon.